Welcome back to graphing inequalities with two variables. This one here is called creating models with linear inequalities, and it's pretty much the same as what we were doing before in the previous one. They give us an information. Elijah can spend at least, or at most, $8.25 on snacks for a party. At most means he can't spend more than that. So it's going to have to be less than or equal to $8.25. Carrots cost $2 per package and grapes cost 75 cents per package. We're going to write a linear equality or inequality to describe the situation. So we're going to let X be the carrots and we're going to let Y be the bags of grapes. And we know that the carrots are $2 per bag, so that's our 2X. And our grapes are 75 cents per bag, and so that's our 75/100ths Y. The sum of the two together cannot be more than $8.25 because it can be, at most it can be $8.25. That's why it's or equal to. So like we've done before, we're going to simplify for Y. So we're going to readjust everything, and we are going to find that Y is less than or equal to negative 8/3 X plus 11. Let's see, when we do this, we're going to use 11 for our y-intercept, and our slope is negative 8/3. And is this going to be a dotted or solid line? Solid is correct. Okay. We can also take a graph that they've already done, and we can determine from it how to write the inequality statement. So we can find the slope. So we just find two places. Let's change it to red. So I've got this point and this point. So we're going up by 2. So 2, 4, 6. And 2, 4. It's in a positive, so it's positive 6/4 or 3/2. So there's our slope, 3/2. The y-intercept, where it crosses the y-axis, is here at, looks like halfway between 2 and 4, so it's at 3. And the boundary line is y equals 3/2 x plus 3. That's my boundary line. That's this line right here. It is dashed, so we know that it is either going to be less than or it's going to be greater than. So the boundary line is dashed, and the shaded region is above the graph, so the symbol will be, because it's above, it's going, should be greater than. And we can test the origin, and that'll help us determine if we've got the correct symbol. Okay, so if I have y equals 3x, or 3/2 x plus 3, and I use origin, um, 0, and that's 0 plus 3, so that's 3. 0 is less than 3. So the opposite of less than would be greater than. So yes. So the inequality is y is greater than 3/2 x plus 3. So see how I took what I knew wouldn't work and solved it. This would be a true statement, but it doesn't fit this line, does it? So the opposite is greater than 3, and because it's not work, we're looking for a false statement, and that tells us it's greater than. All right, let's see. Complete the linear inequality that represents the relationship shown in the table. So we want to know, is it going to be less than or greater than 2x? So just like we tested up here, we're going to test some of these. We do know it's 2x, so it's going to be 2 times whatever x is. So if x is negative 3, this is going to be negative 6. And so y would have to be negative 8 is less than negative 6. If I take 2 times negative 2, I get negative 4. And if I compare it to negative 10 is less than negative 4. So I have 0, 0. So if I have 0 and 2 times 0, these are going to be equal. 0 equals 0. This is telling me that it is less than or equal to. So just test them and see how it works, okay? So this one we compared negative 8. We said it's less than negative 6. This one we said y is negative 10 and x is negative 2, so that's negative 4. And negative 10 is less than negative 4. And then when I replaced it with zeros, 0 is equal to 0, so that's the or equal to. Ramona has $18 that she can spend on food for her dog. The dry dog food costs $5.50 per bag, and wet dog food costs $2 per can. Write a linear inequality that describes how many bags and cans of dog food Ramona can buy. She has $18. She doesn't have more than $18. So she can spend less than 18 or she can spend 18. So it's going to be less than or equal to 18. We know that dry dog food is $5.50 per bag, and if we make this our x, we get our $5.50 x plus our $2 per can, and let's make the can or the wet is going to be y. And so we have our 550x plus 2y is less than or equal to 18. And then if you had a graph, you can go ahead and simplify to y, graph it, and go from there. All right, so you have these two on your notes. Please take a couple of moments and fill out number 5. I will do it for you, so as soon as you get done with yours, click next and mine will pop up. Okay, so you can see that I simplified to get y by itself. I remembered that when I divide by negative 4, I change the direction of my inequality symbol. And then I get y is less than or equal to x minus 7. I graph it as if it was a line. So I started at negative 7 and went up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1 until I had enough points I could make a line. And then I substituted in the origin so that I could see if the origin is a solution to the equation. And I found that it is a false statement. So origin is not a solution to this inequality statement. So I shaded in the bottom section. Okay, take a look at number 6 and check back to see what the answer is. So you can see that I simplified to get y by itself on the left, and I got y is less than or equal to negative 3/2 x plus 6. I used my 6 for my y-intercept, and then I used my negative 3/2, went down 3 over 2, down 3 over 2, and then drew my line through it. I drew a solid line because it has or equal to. Then I used the origin, and it is a true statement, so that means that the bottom side of the line or the left side of the line has all the solutions for this inequality statement. If you have any questions, please make sure that you're talking to your teacher.